Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E428, a 1960D Bank of America original wrapped roll. How's everybody doing today? We see we got Coin Junkie in the house. Let me grab a chip here out of the chip bucket. And it's number 2. That should be an easy one not to forget. James Valley, welcome. Frostbite, welcome to the show. Had to go on a little early today. Been dealing with dog matters. One vet appointment down. Another one tomorrow at 7 in the morning. Right now, hopefully it's bed rest with some steroids, but she's got to go have a neurological test done tomorrow that will make the call. Kevin Hawthorne, good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. So that's why I'm a bit early today, because I got to get stuff done when I have opportunity. A reminder, we will have a reveal sales show tonight. I'm going to go ahead and open this. And it looks like we have 7 rolls up between me and Chuck. I think his were 62P, 61D, 59P. Mine are 58D, 40... Oh, darn. One of the coins fell out of the roll. Where did it go? Oh, no. That it? I think that's it. Yay. Got it. But I've got a 58D, 46D, 60D, and a 2025D going this week. Otis, Adventures with Maxwell, DC, welcome to the show. So we're going to get this show rolling. All right. Good deal. First coin goes to Carl. We'll look at the first 10 reverses or so. There are a couple double die reverses. Also, if I identify a die that I don't recognize, which might be one that you do recognize, I will, of course, take a peek at it. But mostly RPMs for 60D. Coin 2 and the winner of the giveaway for today, Sloppy Stacks. Congratulations. Little die chip in the 9 of the date. The box from Chuck should be here today. Still haven't got mail for today yet, but it says it's out for delivery. I will start working on packages on my free time, so you'll probably see a couple go out tomorrow. Others go out Wednesday. Probably all the way through Saturday. And that will be up to reveal, probably up to reveal 428 for me, and about 10 back for Chuck. I'm not sure the exact number. Do die chips on BU coins add value? Well, that depends. Yes and no. If you find somebody who collects die chips, or it is a real, let's say, unique die chip, like this die chip in the 9, while there is limited collectability to it, it wouldn't add significant value. It might add a slight value. I hope that answers your question, Adventures with Maxwell. So limited value, yes, and it really depends on the severity of it, where it's at. There's a lot of different parameters that are involved. Oh yeah, sloppy sticks. I got to write that down before I forget. All right. E428. And we are back off. Oh, Dan. All right. We should see Dan here. Are a couple doubled eyelids. Couple decent double die obverses. Die chip on the right cornice. Yeah, Maxwell, at one point, there was actually what was called the BIE Club, and it was a national club. Now, would a die chip take away from the MS value of the coin in a higher mint state? I do not believe so, because it is as minted, and it is graded, supposed to be graded as minted. But that being said, if it takes away from eye appeal or stuff like that, the grading company itself may find that to be a detriment. PCGS and NGC kind of have their own guidelines for grading. ANAX tries to stick with the ANA grading standard. At least they used to. I don't know about recently. I opened a roll of B and they almost all had die chips. Oh, all right. On the 5 and the S. That's cool. There, like I said, there was a group at one point, and I think that the group is defunct now. It used to be called the BIE Club. In their story, if you go to the Newman Numismatic Portal, there's actually videos of the gentleman who was the chairman of this club explaining how he used to pay for his trip to the shows selling BIE and die chips. So at one point, they were extremely collectible. I just think that it is an anomaly that has become less popular. Eric SFC, how are you? But I do know quite a few people that like the die chips, especially when you get into the later, the BIEs like in the 80s, which there are some. Let me get this little dog in here. It's weird only having one little dog beating the door down. Come on. You gotta keep the tradition up, don't you? Coin number 8, Jackalope. And nothing there. Check those with the... Check the 55S with the die chips in the 5 for RPM number 2 also. All the later die states of RPM number 2 all have die chips in the 5, in both 5s at one point. Yeah, I don't know if I have any out here, but I have. Let's see, where is that? Is this it right here? Let me take a look if this is it. No, it's all sealed up, so I can't open it. But yes, there is a RPM number 2 at a certain die state is definitely got the die chips, and it has the the BIE die chip also. Joe McBride, welcome to the show. Good to see you. We just started a little bit early. Got a dog that's sick, so I'm trying to do stuff as I can do it. Coins and Ghouls. Paula Bloom, how are you? A little die gouge right outside the D. Let me take a peek at that to make sure that's just a light anomaly. It is. All right. Double checking. Richard Sappington. Hey. All right. That is the last one we will for sure look at the reverse on. Next coin goes to Shinbone. Boy, has it gotten warm down here in one day. Oh, we'll look at the reverse of this one too, because this is a different die pair. But it is like sunny and 93 out right now. It is blazing hot. I noticed when I went and took my garbage out that my feet weren't happy. So no happy feet here. Coin 12, Frostbite. 77, that sounds nice. It's beautiful. That actually is perfect. There's a die chip in the R, so I don't recognize this. Lots of die chips. That's all we're finding so far. Yeah, where you're at, Joe, you never know. I know I got pictures from my friend that lives in Detroit, and he's getting ready to launch his boat tomorrow. And he's really happy about that. This is the die pair with the little die gouge right next to the D. Escanaba, ooh, boy, I haven't been to Escanaba since I've been about 19 years old. There was a teacher of mine that used to own a restaurant and a hotel up there. His name was Walt Boho. Great fella. Taught me a lot about living life. Coin 15, Chubby Pop. Matter of fact, he might still live up there. He would be about 85 years old if he is still alive. Oh, he'd be older than that, actually. I know he was alive when I moved down to Florida. Dan McCumber, welcome. So far, nothing as far as RPMs go. And all we're finding is basically die chips. Which, while it is kind of weird to get a 60D roll that don't have anything in it, it happens. Mostly the same 3 die pair. How you win the coins on the reveal show. What happens, Maxwell, is we put the roll up. We'll give you a little description of what it is. And then we'll put the price. It's not so much winning as it is getting your name in with the buy it now and how many coins you want before they're all sold out. And then, so we'll say reveal 431. I think 431 is a 60D roll. And coming up to be sold tonight. And we'll say it's going to be $2 a coin. Get ready in 3, 2, 1, and then everybody will hit the. You'll see a little yellow post from Copper Coins, and then you'll hit your bin and whatever, and bin 1 or bin 2 or bin 3. There is always a limit of 3, and that will be you buying into the roll. So it's not so much winning anything. We do at least I do. I have a giveaway in every roll. It's usually a $5 discount. I am going to change that up. I am in the middle of working on something new to give away something different. That will probably be in the range of $5 or so. Finally heard from Mickey Fuhr today. It was good to hear from him. I was getting worried about him. All right, this is one that I don't recognize. When does that happen? 7 p.m. this evening, Maxwell. So basically 2 hours and 50 minutes from now. Mickey is doing good. His wife just retired, so he's had some stuff he's had to take care of. Nice die chip on the column 12. So he's had stuff he's been taking care of, but he says he is complete with it now, and he is going to be back in the fold. Coin 22, Doug. Yes, yeah. And I believe that to be true. I know that his wife likes goats and chickens and gardening and stuff like that. So I'm sure he's getting all that stuff ready for her this year. Of course, their garden's probably started already being in North Carolina. I'm sure they're past their average last frost date by a long time. Are you feeling better today, Frostbite? I just thought about that. You were getting better yesterday. Coin 24, Joe McBride. Still congested, but better. Good. You know, the congestion goes away. The last time I had bronchitis, I didn't feel sick, but I was congested for 3 weeks afterwards. Coin 25, Otis. Halfway point and no RPMs. That stinks. Seen that before. This is only the second one of this die pair that I have seen, though. Coin 27, Sissy. Before I go, I'll show you the rolls. that I have up. It's another one from that collection. We had good luck in the first one. This one was bought 6 months prior to the other one, according to the label on it. Die cracking down column 1. Coin 28, James. Have you ever found small date over large date? I have. I haven't recently, and I actually have in rolls twice. And the one time I found it, it was in a roll that was predominantly large date coins, and the other time it was in a small date roll that had 7 of the small date over large date. So obviously, if you find rolls that have small and large date in them, you have a chance of finding it. That's the time frame that I would say that it was rolled sometime in late March. Mid to late March is when they started producing the large date 60Ds and large date 60Ps. Mirror brockage. It's a peach. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Next coin, Dirty Water. Yeah, I really need to get up to better with my errors. Most of the time I know it's an error, I just don't know what to call it. I am getting better though. Better than I was say 2 or 3 years ago. Coin 33, Shiny Coin Guy. Which of the 60Ds are most valuable? The 60D large over to small dates are the most valuable, for sure. Then you start getting into the obscure RPMs as far as value goes. I would say 11, 41. There's a couple more that are very elusive. 20. Oh, number 4 is worth, and then about 5th or 6th place you get number 1. And number 1 has value because people love it, and it is because it's like the granddaddy of them all as far as RPMs go. It's just cool, but there are lots of them. When you get into the 11s and 4s and 47. God, I keep thinking 88 also. And then there's some in the 90s that are very elusive. 99 used to be super elusive. It was one of the only ones I needed to complete my Kaneka set. Now I think I only need one, and it's in the 80s somewhere. But now that we know 99 is just a early die state of 74, it brought its value way down. There are, Dan. There's a lot of people I know that collect RPMs that only collect 60D RPMs. And there's enough of them that you could make a whole collection of them. So, I mean, right now we've got 280 listed. And I have heard that in the Bordner collection, there was literally hundreds of unlisted RPMs that he had future plans of listing. When he was alive and doing the attribution for Wexler. And I also know people that collect like just 59 through 64. Coin 39, Frostbite. So it looks like this is going to be a dud for a roll, which is a bummer. The good point is we actually had a really good roll, the roll before this. The 47S roll turned out to be a dandy. Had a RPM double die combo coin. Frank, welcome. That is a die scratch. Nice die crack on the forehead. Seen that before. That's right. Hit that like button. It is free, Otis. Also, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you're not a member, definitely become a member. We are starting to try to push for 10,000, which will be nice. Coin 42, Sissy. Oh yeah, see I had to count those because I wanted to make sure I didn't drop another one on the floor. And I picked up 55S, 55, 65. Oh, you should be. Those are some good, those are all great years to search for die varieties. Um, 60 and 61, they're awesome. 55, if it's P, it has limited die varieties. If it's D and S, there's lots of RPMs and a couple double dies. I still get excited when I go to the local coin shop and he has rolls for me, but rolls have been kind of elusive for me lately. When I do get a chance, it seems like they're very, very expensive, like overly expensive, or there is none, or they're circulated. And I have got enough circulated coins laying around. On a microscope, what is a good to start with? Well, I have heard people swear by Dynolites, and they're about, I think, $200 to $500 depending on which one you get. Personally, I think you're better off with a real microscope, with a digital camera like a trinocular microscope, and buying a digital camera for it and figuring out a good light source. And by a good light source, I use a bidirectional light source. I feel that you have to fight reflection. Some people use light boxes. I haven't had success with that. But the scope I use right now with the specimen light, and I have a 20 megapixel camera, and a trinocular scope is probably around $1,000. But you could probably buy a used trinocular a decent used one, telescope or microscope. And you don't need a 20 megapixel camera. The reason I use that is I publish photos on a website, so I have to have as much detail as I can possibly get for publishing. So you could probably get away with a 3 or a 5, and that brings the cost down substantially. Also with the specimen lights, if you keep just looking around, you will find one for $100 instead of having to pay $300 for a new one. So there is lots of ways to get a good setup without having to pay full price for it. But ultimately, if you use an endoscope type camera or microscope, it's very hard to get good results. Art Ring gets pretty good results with his. Jessica got good results with hers. She used a Dynalite, so hers was a $300 scope. That's about as good as I can get. Oh, you sure could. A lot of people use the same stuff for gemstones as they do for coins, Frank. Yeah, it would definitely work for opals or any gemstone as far as that goes. All right, and that is the roll. Nothing to find that was exciting, at least for me. Some of the die chips can be exciting for some people. But anyways, let me show you the rolls. Where did I put them at now? Doggone it. Oh, here they are. For tonight, we got a 58D. That's that one, pipe bomb roll. Then we've got the 46D, and it says it was purchased $12.30 a 63 for $10. Of course, I had to pay a lot more than that for it. Then a Security First Lincoln Cent roll. It is tails, so I don't know if it is large date or small date. And a 2025D roll to sort through. Those are the rolls I'm doing tonight, and Chuck has a 62p Hanover County Trust Bank, I think it is, a 61D original wrap, and a 59p roll up. So anyways, I hope everybody can join us at 7 tonight, and we'll talk to y'all later.